That's
Good.
pretty awesome. Awesome.
Wonderful.
Excellent.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Hola.
Mhm.
Hola, hola.
And bonjour.
Aha.
Did I hear bonjour? Bonjour.
Yes.
Cool.
Lucky taught me some French words and it sounds like bonjour.
Everything is all.
Bonjour. I love French.
Yeah.
Don't understand it, but bonjour. Yeah. Sounds fancy.
Yeah.
Leanne, do they speak French where you are? Where are you? No.
I'm in Saskatchewan, so there's French communities around, but not
Okay.
a ton of French.
Okay.
Yeah. But we do learn it as our second language throughout school and everything.
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't speak a lot of it though, but I do understand basics.
Yeah. Ah, nice.
But because my husband is Cuban, I speak more Spanish than French.
Oh.
Yeah.
Caribe.
Yeah.
There you go.
Vamos.
Ah,
I
okay.
love it.
Okay. Oh, that's wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, anybody have anything they want to say before we get started?
Put your head down. Yes, put it down. Let your head down.
I just want to say this week, I've been Saturday and on Tuesdays. This has been a good week. I'm Saturday and on Tuesdays. That's it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I always told the athletes that I work with that when you practice properly and sufficiently, the games will start to feel like practice. And practice will start to feel like the games. The line will kind of start to blur. It'll start to feel more like I've done this before or again. And so, and when you practice well and you practice properly, when you play in the game, you'll do things that would shock and awe a spectator because it's done in such a way, right? We're like, oh, that was nice. Or wow, that's this or that, right? But to you, it feels normal because you trained it and you drilled it over and over and over. So in the game, it's just natural application. It didn't feel like something that was different from you or separate from you. It was just, I'm in this thing, like people always talk about the nervous system, right? The central nervous system. That is just basically your trained response to life. It's a trained response to life. That's why they take soldiers out of their normal habitat and they put them in a completely unfamiliar environment, because you take away all of the things that they've ever known, seen, believed in. You've taken away all of their crutches, all their familiarities, all their comforts. So now you're able to get direct access to the being, because the being doesn't have anything. It's no longer self-reliant almost. It's literally relying on you like a baby, right? Because it doesn't have any friends here. It doesn't know anything about anything here. So if you're in New York, they take you to like California or maybe Texas. They take you far enough away where you have to do what they say. Everything is new. Every morning is new. Every sound is new, right? So now they're able to reconstitute your being, right? And so your central nervous system is just your automatic responses to life based on the conditioning that you've had up until that moment. When you drop something, what you say. When something comes up in your face, what you do. When you see something, how you respond and react. That's all training. It's not as much in the moment response as people like to think it is. It's not really. It is you're trained. You've trained how you respond to things, how you think about things, how you react to things. They are response, react. It means to do again, right? And so then when did you do it the first time? In your training, be it conscious or unconscious. So if you're an athlete or a soldier or in certain areas of life, they basically, most of us don't get formal training in our behaviors. When you're an athlete, you do. When you're a soldier, you do. When you're in certain professions, you do. Because your behaviors are literally life or death, success or failure. They're not, as a soldier, it's life or death. As an athlete, it's success or failure, right? If you haven't practiced enough, if you haven't, right, like when the lights turn on, it's not a good thing, right? So absolutely. So when you keep doing what you're doing, Tuesday will feel like Saturday. You'll feel that same sense of power. You'll feel that same sense of self-empowerment. Like, I know what to do here. I'm not scared here. You'll feel like you have all of us around you, right? You'll feel that same sense of that you feel here. You'll feel it on a Tuesday. And you're like, man, I'm actually by myself, but I feel just like it, right? But I feel like the whole group with it. Like I'm riding. And that's the way it's supposed to feel. That's the way it's supposed to be. All right. Happy Saturday, everyone. It's so good to see everyone. It's great. Wonderful. That's good. Now we're going to move on. Now, who read the book? Who read the book over the week? Right? Raise your hand if you're on.
I did. Yeah.
If you're not off camera, that's fine. Maybe doing something. Just raise your hand on the screen so that we know. All right. So all of you who read the book, right? Just put your hand up on the screen so that I can call on you, so that I can have Veronica call on you when it's time, because I'm going to do something first, right? All right. So everything we do here is for Tuesday. Everything we do here is for real life. This is not a service. This is not a sermon. This is not a seminar. This isn't something where you come for 2 hours to tell everybody you went and you got an I voted sticker and then you walk off. This is something for Tuesday. It's Saturday, but it's for Tuesday. It's for every day of your life, every day of your life. That's what this is for. So a lot of times we misuse things because we don't really know what they are. So our intention for them, our intention of them, our intention with them, our intention by them is well-meaning, but a lot of times it's misapplied because of our ignorance to what it actually is. Watch this. Okay. Who knows? All right. Who's ever seen this word? Can anybody see it?
Yeah.
Who's all right? Social media. Social media. What is it? Now remember, this is me you're talking to. What is social media?
Propaganda.
All right. What is social media?
Where people go and put their highlight reels.
Okay. What is social media?
A platform where people pick up information.
Okay. What is social media?
A way to display your life and communication in a way that's unfettered or with limited controls.
Okay. What is social media?
A social platform for people to interact with each other, share their thoughts, their lives and everything about them in hopes of connecting with others. That's what it's presented as.
So does that make it what it is?
Not necessarily.
So what is it?
A make-believe place.
Okay. What is it?
It's whatever you want it to be, actually.
Okay. So let's break down the word social. What is social?
Gathering, coming together, getting with people of like minds, things like that.
Okay.
I think interaction when I hear the word social.
Okay. So then if it's a gathering, if it's interaction, then what is social? Instead of what is social, what's a better question then? Instead of what is social, what's a better question?
Who is social?
Who is social? Then who is social?
People.
Who is social?
I am.
I am.
So then social is what? Self. What is media?
I think a broadcast.
Materials, a platform.
To do what?
Communication.
Share, inform, entertain.
Communication.
Okay. So media. So then
That's one downstairs.
that is,
I never get a break.
media is expression.
You asleep.
It's a media to express something, right? It's the way something is expressed on the radio. That's media. On TV, that's media. It's a something. So social media is self-expression. That's all social media is self-expression. So if you understand social media is self-expression, then you understand that when you are engaged, not when you're reading other people's stuff, when you are on social media posting something, what are you posting?
Expressions of yourself.
So you're posting, yes, the expressions of yourself, but you're posting what?
Your life.
Self, another way to say self is what?
My
mind.
What else?
Internal.
Thoughts.
Talking singular, how would you describe yourself? Or how would you describe something in the singular form?
I.
What else?
Mine.
Mine. What else?
Me.
Right? So all of this is social. So when we're talking about self-expression, we're talking about the way you express your concept of yourself, of I am. You are expressing your identity. You are expressing who you think you are. You are doing all of that through the medium of media. You can do that on TV. You can do that on a radio via the radio. You can do it on a podcast. You can do it on TikTok. You can do it on Instagram. The media, the expression, you're just expressing yourself through a medium, this case called media, right? Any form of it works the same in the sense of the fact that you are expressing who you think you are and you're using that thing to do it. So when you think the media, so if that's the case, okay, let me back up. Do we understand that so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So if we understand that to be true, then when you are using the media, any form of it, TV, TikTok, whatever, Instagram, whatever you're using, and you understand that you're using it as an expression of self, and let's say, so then if that's the case, does the media or any of these mediums, right? TikTok, YouTube, right? Instagram, any of those things, then how do you get famous? Let's say you want to get famous. How do you get famous?
When people share what you've shared. So other people connect with what I've posted, and that picks up volume, which ideally means more connection.
Okay. Say it one more time.
How do you get famous?
Yes.
I get famous when people.
What did you just say? When
people, I get famous when people share.
You get famous when people. So then your fame is based on
somebody else.
And what happens then?
That picks up more volume. They share to more people, other people.
You failed. If you believe that, you're already in trouble. You're already in trouble. You've already lost. What did we say? What did we say last week? What did we say last week in the book? We said the first mistake people make is what?
Believing that they're not in control of themselves, that we're not in control of ourselves.
And as soon as you said people, where did you give your control away to?
Anybody other than myself.
So then you are out of
control.
And how does that look? Right? In life, in any area of life, if you admitted to yourself you're out of control, is that a positive sentiment?
Not usually.
But we do it all the time. See, we don't know how to use social media, so you know what's happening? If you don't know how to use something, but you're using it, what's actually happening?
You're misusing it.
Which means what?
You're missing out.
You're out of control.
Which means what?
You're giving away your power. You're giving away your power.
It's a form of abuse.
You're giving, okay. Yeah, but who's abusing you?
Yourself.
You're abusing yourself.
Because you're out of control. So if you are misusing something, the misuse is the thing you're supposed to be controlling is controlling you. If the car is out of control because you've lost control, that means the car is going to do whatever the car does. The car doesn't care what it hits, where it hits, who it hits, doesn't care if it goes off the cliff. None of those things are going to be good for you, right? And you know what's funny? The car is never responsible. Nobody ever pulls the car over. Nobody ever tells the car you're in trouble. The person who lost control is the only one in trouble. Isn't that a trip? The car don't go to jail. The car doesn't pay a fine. Only the person that lost control. If you want to be famous, you're using TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. If you want to be famous, how do you get famous?
You go within and make yourself famous first.
Believe in yourself.
Fame is an inside job. Every effect has a cause. Every cause is internally created and then expressed out. That's called manifestation. An internal creation that is then expressed out into physical form. That's all a manifestation is. It's you in physical form because you are the only creator. I am is the only creator. I am. Fame is like a car. It's a vehicle to express yourself. So when self, social, when self, my, I, mine, me, when singular I, when I want to express myself, I'm aware, you know what? I think I want to be known by a lot of people. Well, who thought that? The self. Where did people come in? If the self was first, why would I, if I created it, why would I then give my creative power to someone else who didn't have that thought? That's my thought. But if I give it away to people, then now guess who's in charge? Who's in charge?
People who you gave it away to.
People. Whoever you gave it away to, people. So then why do you think it? So then if they're in charge, what do you have to do now?
Revoke
Whatever
that.
whatever they say, whatever their standard is.
So then
Take it back.
So then no, you gave it to people. So now they got it. So now what?
You belong to them now.
That's the truth. So you belong to them. So you are I am. I am, otherwise known as what?
God, myself.
That's what the name said, right?
Yeah.
You now gave your I amness, your godness, your awareness, you gave it away to people. So then who do they become?
Your God.
There you go. Well, why do you think you serve them? Why do you think you always, why are you so hell-bent on convincing them? Why do you think every person you listens to always talks about people? Why do you think I'm trying to say it a certain way. Why do you think every person that you listen to always talks about people? They always talk about others. Others, people. They're always talking about everyone but
Himself.
Everyone but
I am.
I am. Other one but everyone but you. You're the one that's supposed to do the work, but they have the power. You're the one that created the business, but your customer is always right. So then what are you? What option do you have?
You belong to them.
You're essentially, you have, it's not that you're powerless, you have power. You're the self, you're the one that created the idea, but you gave it away. You gave your power away. You gave it away. You didn't mean to, but that's how we've been taught to. So if you want to be famous, that is your own internal idea. Fame is just nothing but a vehicle. It's just something that you're saying, I want to be this as I am. You're saying, I am anything. What do I think? I think I want to be known by a lot of people in this physical experience. I want to be known by a lot of people. People call that famous. Okay. So then I just say, I am famous. Okay. So now that's who I am. That is who I am being. I am is who I am. Famous is just who I'm being in this moment. It's who I'm being. So I am, whoever I am being, the self, now goes to media to express who it is, not to become who it is. It already is that. You already are that. You're just using the media as a form, as the conduit to express you out on the other side. If you walked out of your house, right? If you were sitting on your couch and said, I want to go to the store and get some chips, and then you go into the car and you say, I'm going to go to the car and go to the store. So you go to the car and you say, hey, where are we going? And what are we going to get? What is the car going to say?
Nothing.
Why not?
It's gonna say whatever you whatever you decide, it's gonna take you there. That's what it's gonna agree with whatever you decide, but it's not gonna give you an idea of where to go.
It's
It's a
dead,
conduit.
and you have to breathe life into it.
It's a conduit.
So what is the car going to say?
Nothing.
Nothing. What are the people going to say?
Okay, all right, coach. Okay. Because I get where you're going, but okay. I get where you're going.
What are they going to say? If you say I am famous, you're now going on social media as who?
I am.
As who?
Myself.
Famous.
What?
Famous.
Who I said I was famous.
Famous person.
Media as who?
Someone famous.
So then why are you going on here to get fame if you already are famous?
Because no one knows I'm famous.
They don't know what you don't know. And echo is not self-created. They say back what you say first. The world is nothing but a mirror or a reflection. It's an effect. Everything in the physical world is an effect of a cause. All cause is invisible, created by I am, by awareness, consciousness. So when you decide that I am famous, and now I say, okay, I'm famous. How do I want to express that? Oh, social media is a thing. So then I'll go ahead and do that. I'll just use that. I'll use that to express myself. The car doesn't make me anything. It's only the thing I'm using to express what I already know myself to be.
Coach JK had his hand up. I don't know if you noticed that.
I know a lot of people did because I told them to put their hand up about.
Oh no, I think he had it up afterwards because everyone put their hand back, and then you might want to move back a little. Okay.
All right. What do you? Yes, JK. What did you? You had a question?
I did. I apologize. I hopped on a little late, so I wasn't sure if questions were appropriate now or later.
That's all right. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I typed this in the chat to remind myself. So I'm thinking through what you're talking about, where I would replace famous with impactful.
Yes.
I'm utilizing social media to be impactful and profitable.
Okay.
So currently, as I'm thinking through it, I'm thinking I am, so think internal. I'm expressing myself. I use social media to express myself in tandem with understanding that I'm also trying to impact other people. So go ahead.
So here's the disconnect. You said I am I'm impactful. Let's just say I'm impactful and profitable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's say that. So then why did you say trying? Are you or not?
I am.
So then where does trying fit into that?
In that instance, I define trying as the act of doing something.
Your actions only worship your consciousness. They're only the expression of your consciousness. Dead people do nothing, right? They don't move, right?
Correct.
So that means in order to move anything, the first thing you have to be is what?
Alive.
So then that means everything you do is because you are first
alive.
So then life, right? It determines all action, right?
Correct.
So then your life, the life that's breathed in, the life now that you're talking about, the thing that you now want to use your life to express is impact and profit. Those two things are expressions of I am. They're expressions of your consciousness. Those are your impact and profit is an idea, right? Is a conscious awareness of something, right?
Correct.
So you're saying I am, that I'm everything. Now I am is impactful and profitable. That is your identity. That is the social part. You already are that thing. You already are that thing. So now what you're doing, let me give you another. let's say you have a son, right? You don't have to say whether you do or not. I try not to, unless I know you, right? Yeah. Let's say you have a son, and today is his 13th birthday. So you're at the park throwing him a party. What does that party, why are you throwing him a party?
To celebrate his birthday.
What's the word you just said? To what?
Celebrate.
To celebrate. You did not say to create.
Correct.
You're throwing something in recognition of the fact that it's already true. You're not throwing the party to make it true. Your actions don't make anything true. They only celebrate the truth. And the truth is your son is 13, whether you throw a party or not.
True.
So then you're not trying to make him 13 through a birthday party. You're celebrating the fact that there's no doubt in your mind that he's 13. So your action is a form of celebration, of recognition, of already being. That's what social is. I am already being. I'm already aware of being something. So whenever I'm already aware of being, I'm going to use the media. I'm going to use these TikTok. I'm going to use this thing to express who I'm being. These things don't make me 13. They don't make me 13. There's not there. You're not throwing the party. If I throw him a party, then he'll be 13. No. So your action is not making anything. Your physical activity doesn't create anything. It only celebrates what you're aware of being. Your actions don't change anything. They don't fix anything. They don't help anything. They're only the celebration of the thing you're already aware of being. That's what the party is. It's a celebration. It is a party. See, most people don't know what the word religious is, so they use the word connotatively all the time. One of the definitions of religious, right, is a party. It is a rite or a ritual. It is something that is done in recognition of an awareness. You're throwing the party in recognition of the fact that your son is 13. You're not throwing the party to make him 13. So there's nothing you can do to make him 13. As far as the party, where are you going to throw the party at? In the White House? Where are you going to throw it? On a yacht? It doesn't matter how fancy or how big the action is. It's not creative. It's only expressive. It's only celebrating the awareness that you have. It's only worshiping the awareness that you have. So the action that you do does not create your outcome. Only your awareness creates your outcome. Your awareness is the alpha and the omega. It's the beginning and the end. I know you guys can't read it. I'm just writing while I'm talking, right? It's the beginning and the end. So you're aware. The self is the beginning and the end. What you came up with in your mind, what you're saying up here is the end already. It's the beginning and the end. The middle is what is the conduit that you use to get from the beginning to the end physically. But the end is the physical expression of the awareness at the beginning. They are two ends of the same stick. What I'm trying to get across to you all is that TikTok and them don't make you famous. You're either famous already or you're not. It's just an expression of your awareness of being. And what happens is when you give away your power to people or to these things, what happens when you lose your job? What happens if they shut off TikTok? What happens if people don't show up? What happens if people don't agree with you? Then what do you have to do? You have to, if they shut this off, you'll start crying. You'll start whining. You'll start saying, oh, my business, and we're finished for. The winds and waves rise. And as a disciple, as the untrained mind, you will sit there and say, surely we're going to drown. When you give your power away to people, then what? Then why do you think you're, not you personally, but why do you think we become people pleasers? I would too if I thought they had my fate in their hands. I'm going to try to make them as comfortable as they can. I'm giving massages, water. You thirsty? Can I rub your feet? If my existence is relying upon your existence, I'm going to try to make your existence as comfortable as I can. But that's why you can never be yourself. And that's why you can never be as successful as you should or can be. If you can't be yourself, your true success lies in your authenticity, because there's no one like you. So you don't ever have to worry about market saturation, because no one can do what you do, not the way you do it. No one can ever be you. So no one can ever copy you. So you don't have any opposition, because everything is always apples and oranges, because there's no you, there's no other you. There's no one to compare you to. You have no equal. You have no counterpart. Physically, we think that's not true. But consciously, in creation, it's true. That is why we please people. That's why we feel like we have to get on here and have 50 videos a day. And that's why, because we are giving our power, the power of creativity, we are giving it away to the medium that we use to express ourselves. So then we start thinking it's this. We start thinking it's them. No, but it's because you gave your power away to this or them. So they're not powerful. They are empowered by you. You gave them your power. Who's ever used a remote with no batteries in it? Does that work? So then you got to put batteries in it, right, for it to work. So then that means then you empowered the remote. It's not magic. You put batteries in it, so it worked. If you're the one that has to put batteries in the remote, then how is the remote more powerful than you? If the remote can't get off without the batteries and without you, how is it more powerful than you? So you are empowering things. You're taking your concept of self and you are limiting it and conditioning it. You're saying, I'm going to limit it through this thing, through social media. And then I'm going to condition it that if I do 100 videos a day, then and I put them in social media, then on the outside, but who's the one making all these rules? Who's doing that? Who is doing that?
I am.
Are those the rules you like?
Nope.
If you made those rules, can't you set some different ones?
Yep.
You set those. Why can't you set some different ones? But if you don't know who you are, you don't realize, A, that you're setting your own rules, AKA your own jail. See, when I hear people talk about business, see, I wasn't going to go into all this today, but I am because I'm here. When I hear people talk about business, and I hear people talk about all the processes, and I hear people talk about, their avatars, and I hear people talk about all their stuff they talk about. And they on here, and they're talking and everything else. Do you know what most people are actually doing? Not what they intend to do, but what they're actually doing. Anybody want to guess?
Deflecting.
They're speaking into life the things that they're saying. Like, so if you're making these requirements, then you're actually putting it out there. Like, oh, you need this and you need that. So that's what we're speaking into existence when we're saying those things.
Okay. And
it takes 3 to 5 years. It's going to take 3 to 5 years.
Right. So you said deflecting. What does deflecting mean? What does deflecting mean? What do you mean?
When I say deflecting, I'm saying almost the word distracting also comes to mind. I'm pushing you towards things further and further from spending more time and effort on what truly matters, which is myself.
Right. You're giving your power away. Deflecting is not acknowledging the fact that it's on you, that it's up to you, that every effect, every physical thing in your world is a reflection of your internal world. That is not they, them, TikTok people, it's you.
Can I share?
I'm sorry?
May I share the first thing that popped into my head?
Yes.
Transparently?
Yes.
First thing that popped into my head is getting an understanding of finding the right amount of harmony with systems, understanding your avatar and things like that, because those things cannot be ignored in a business.
Yes.
Realistically,
that's perfect. That's perfect. But a business is what?
Me.
A business. Okay.
Expression.
An expression of me.
right? You have a business. Can you call your business?
Can I call my business?
Yes.
Yes.
Who's going to answer?
Ha, me.
So,
Call myself.
so then your business is a conduit. It is the thing that you're using to express yourself as a businessman. You are aware of being a businessman, so you need a business to express what you're aware of being. Does that make sense?
It does.
So then your business is only your expression. An expression of what? Of who you're aware of being. If you're aware of being impactful and profitable, what if that is the awareness you're carrying and the awareness that you're injecting into your business, what do you think is going to come out on the other side?
An expression of myself, me.
Which is impactful and profitable. You are just putting that into your business so that your business can give you a physical thing, but your business doesn't create that thing. You are the creator putting yourself through a physical thing so that you can get a physical thing. Just like you're not a human, but you came through a human body so that you could have a human experience. But you were there, you had to be alive before you came. Otherwise, you could not come. So you already had to be something before you became this thing you know yourself to be now in physical form. Your business only is what you are. It is not, it is this, your business is the birthday party. It's the thing that you're doing, not to become, but in recognition of who you're already aware of being. It doesn't say media social, it's social media. The social is self. Self is always first. It's not second, and it never, and this is the only thing your business will ever be, is yourself, the self of you, who you think that is. Because that's why I said, can you call your business? And what did you say? You're like, well, yeah. Then I said, well, who would you call? And what did you say? Me, right? So then your business is you. So then the question we have to ask ourselves is what? What's the question we have to ask ourselves now?
Who am I being?
Who am I being? If you threw the birthday party for your son and somebody walked up to the park and they said, oh, what are you celebrating? And you said, I don't know, ask them, how would that sound?
Real crazy.
Real crazy. Well, others or people, do you know what that is? Real crazy. It's real crazy. They are just these people are the people, like I just said, that are walking up to you and saying, who are you? Who are you? What is this for? Who are you? Why are you throwing that party? They want to know what it means to you. They don't get to control or choose what it means. They don't get to do that. When you have if you have an idea of business in your mind, if you have an idea of business, what does a business need?
It needs you.
Purpose.
What does a business need?
An audience. Customers.
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 So how do you think you have the idea of business, but you don't have the concept of customer? How do you think you're going to have one without the other? How do you think you're going to have a good idea for a business and then have no customers? Does that seem like a natural? Does that seem like that would be true?
No.
No. I mean, let's put it in a different way where we can understand it. I have a thing I call where I say God is a businessman. Now, when I say man, I mean what?
Person.
Mind.
I mean mind, because a person means persona, character, mask. So when it means a role. It means a being playing a role. So you are I am playing the role of Coach JK. You are I am playing the role of Alexis. You are I am playing the role of Amanda. So when you're playing that role, you call yourself a person. You're only playing the role. The body is just as alive as your business. It means not without you in it. You can't call the body anymore. You can call the business. Until you breathe breath in that life of that body, it's a wrap. Until you answer that phone as your business, no one answers the phone. The business doesn't answer the phone. The body doesn't do anything. It only does what the being inside of it impels it to do. So God is a businessman. God is a business mind. God's name is I am. I am knows how. Do you think God does not know how to run a business? Would you say that? Would anybody say that?
No.
No. So then why do we exclude God from business? God, I'm running a business. I'm kind of busy right now. Can I get back to you? I'm real busy right now. I can't, this is an account. You don't really know nothing about that because you're up in heaven. You don't really know how it is. You don't understand. Like in my family, we say, you don't understand. We say, you don't understand what it is to be understood about what's real. It's just a stupid thing we say in our family, but we say it. And we all know what we mean when we say it, right? It's like, well, God, I'm kind of busy right now. I mean, you don't know anything about this. You don't know what I'm going through. But when we say God, we're thinking something out in the sky. That's why we have no problem excluding God from our business, because we still are conditioned to believe that God and everything is separate. God is something over here, like it's some kind of amusement park. Like heaven is an amusement park somewhere. And if we're not there, then we got to really focus on reality right now until we're ready to go back to that amusement park or a play date. God is a businessman. God is a business mind. I am is a business mind. I am. Your awareness knows how to run a business. The reason why you can't run the business well, like I am would, God is omniscient, right? All knowing. Wouldn't you like someone who knows everything, who knows what they're talking about to help you run your business? Wouldn't you like that?
Yes.
Wouldn't you like, God is omnipotent. That means all capable, all knowing. I mean, all capable, all powerful, all capable. Wouldn't you like somebody who's all knowing and all powerful to help you run your business?
Absolutely.
Well, God is also omnipresent. So that means God is all knowing and all powerful everywhere. Wouldn't you like somebody who had all those abilities to help you run your business?
Mm-hmm.
So then why do we exclude that part of ourselves? Why do we do that? We're like, you know what, God, you know what? Don't worry, I'm going to do it. But wait, I know everything. Yeah, but God, I know a couple of things. So you keep your everything. I know a couple of things, and I'm just going to work with that. Okay, well, go on ahead then. That's cool. If you have a stick shift and you only want to use the first 2 gears, then you go right on ahead and do that. It's going to take you a long time to get everywhere. People probably going to be honking at you all day, and you can just forget the freeway. You can just go on and just leave that one out. Right? Your awareness, who am I? I am famous. Okay, I am famous. Now famous runs this business. So then my business must be what I am. Because the business can't answer the phone. I am business. So whatever my concept of self is, my business expresses that. The party that I'm throwing for my son is not to create 13, it's to express the fact that I'm aware that my son is 13. Your physical activity doesn't create anything. It is only serving its awareness. The birthday party doesn't make him 13. He's 13 whether you throw a party or not. You're just excited about it because you're excited about the awareness of your son being 13. All your activity does is celebrate your awareness. It's recognizing your awareness. It is not creating your awareness. You're not making anything happen. You're not making fame happen by how many videos you put in there. It's not how fame works. You're not making it happen. I mean, I heard this the other day. I'm going to say it because I've been saying it to people. If you had a business coach, right? And I grew up in Southern California around the Kardashians. I grew up around it. Like not physically, like we were in the same area. And when I got older, I lived pretty close to them. So I used to see them all the time in the mall. Brothers, sisters, all of them. Now, it's a family show. So we know how they started, right? But if you didn't know how they started, you look at the sisters, you look at the mom, you look at all them. Today, you would call them, if you didn't know them, today you would call all of them what?
Famous.
Famous.
And
Successful.
successful.
Right.
And now,
And rich.
right?
Heavy on air quotes.
Because we know where they came. But if we didn't know where they came from, objectively, they are what?
Famous and successful.
Successful.
Now, see, this is where your humanity will get you messed up. See, we go like this because we morally and ethically judge how people get to where they are. But we don't understand that I am doesn't do that. Because I am is them too. What do they say when they're not feeling well? I am sick. So they're saying I am just like you are. So the only difference is in physical expression, not in, what does it say? Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one. One God, in all, above all, and through all. There's only one consciousness. So now, like I said, they are objectively famous and successful. Now, would any business coach on the planet advise them to get started the way they got started?
Probably not.
Okay. And then every business coach would be what? Go ahead, Smith.
Wrong.
Mouth it. Say it out loud.
Wrong.
Wrong. You would be wrong. They got there. Let's just say we all wanted to be the same thing. If we didn't know how they got started, they would be what we want to be, let's just say. Now, how they got there, we'd be like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. So then it might change how we feel about it because now we're in our humanity judging morals and ethics, right? The knowledge of the tree of good and evil. See, that's why God didn't want you to eat that. Because what you call good and evil, you don't really understand how that works. You don't know what you think you know. Why? No, you could have paid your mentor $1 million. Would they have ever given you that advice how to get started that way?
No way.
Right? They would have, you probably would have slapped them, cursed them out. You would have probably sued them. You would have wanted your money back. You would have went on TikTok and Instagram and you would have said all kinds of stuff about them. But Sarita, you would have been what?
Wrong.
Wrong. Why? Because the point is because I am is a business mind. I am uses success. It knows how to use success. It knows how to use fame as an expression of itself. And each one of us are individualized expressions. That's why we all look different, act different, talk different. That's why we're all different. That's why we're all unique. Because I am does not duplicate. I am and there is no other. There is no duplicate. So your awareness knows how to get you off, but it's getting you off according to who you are. And I tell people I work with all the time, when I hear all this stuff, you don't realize that you're being used by it. You're not using it. I don't have a problem with a process. I don't have a problem with an avatar. I don't have a problem with making commercials and videos or being on social media. I don't have a problem with that. The problem is you guys go from I am God to people. You spend more time talking about people. You spend more time worried about TikTok and everything else, and you've lost yourself. But now you're putting your lost self over here. You're putting your lost self in here, and you're wondering why it's not coming out the other side. Because of who you're being. You're throwing a birthday party trying to make your son or your daughter 13, not realizing there's no amount of action that's going to make you something that you are not. Action is not creative. It's only expressive. So when you keep trying to say, what action steps am I going to take? You got to take action. You got to take radical action, massive action. You got to take action. You're Tom Cruise. You're Will Smith running down the street with your shirt off. All you are is action heroes, getting shot at, stabbed, robbed, bleeding. You're just Rambo. And you wondering why you limping across the finish line, can't make it, why your head hurts all the time, why you're sick all the time. You're literally, because you're trying to make your son 13 with a birthday party. And if you think your son can only be 13 with a birthday party, what kind of party do you have to throw? If you think you'll only be rich by how many hours you work, how many hours you think you're going to work? You're not realizing that no matter how many hours you work, you'll never be successful if that's not who you're being. We'll go back to JK. So JK, you throw your son a birthday party because he's 13. All right. is there anything you can do that day to throw a birthday party for him to be 14 on the same day?
Not that I am aware of.
Correct. So that means whatever action so you're celebrating, you can only celebrate what?
What currently is 13.
What currently is. So celebrating, another word for celebrating that we're talking about is action, right? The actions you take. So that means your actions can only celebrate, JK, can only celebrate
what is.
What is. And what is what?
Who I am.
Who you are. So that means your action is celebrating
who I am.
Who you are. So then who are you? So if you tell me you're trying, that's who you are. If you tell me you're trying, that's who you're being. And if you tell me that's who you are and that's who you're being, then guess what you're going to get? More situations, circumstances, people, conditions, and things that are going to prove to you that you're trying. It's like, oh, we're trying? Okay, cool. You're celebrating, oh, we're 13. Everybody's aware we're 13. We're all celebrating 13, right? Everybody's awareness is in the same thing. Everybody's here for the same reason. Well, when you're trying, everybody in your life is there for the same reason. They're all celebrating trying. Every person, place, situation, circumstance, condition, and thing is celebrating you trying because that's who you're aware of being. For example, that's who you're aware of being. But you're going to try. But now you're like, well, no, this party means he's 14. Everybody's looking at you like, nah, buddy. No. So now you're trying to have one party mean two things. In the Bible, they call that double-minded. In humanity, we call it, I don't know, what you want to call it? Schizophrenia, insanity, bipolar, what you want to call it? Two things you can't have two opposites. So you can't be successful and trying. But you can be one or the other, but you can't be in both at the same time. Which one are you? Whichever one you are, that's the one you're broadcasting social media. And there ain't no amount of how many hours you put into it that's going to make it come out any different than who you are. And since we don't know how this works, we're not using it, we're being used by it. And so now we're pledging our allegiance and our fealty to it. I'd say this all the time. I wasn't planning on talking about any of this, but I'm perfect, so it's all good. So here we go. We don't realize how many gods we serve. As soon as you told me people, you might as well have said, God I serve. That's what you might as well have said. As soon as you told me about all of this up here, you might as well say, God I serve. That is what you're giving your awareness to as the owner of your future or of your outcome. Why shouldn't you act that? Why shouldn't you people please? I would. Why shouldn't you get on here and try to do 500 TikToks a day? I would. Why shouldn't you work 96 hours in one day? I would. Why shouldn't you stay up all night, not brush your teeth, don't talk to anybody, and lock yourself up in your room and just work and grind? I would. If that's what I have to do because of that, if that's what my understanding is, I would do the same thing. But that's why we're here, because we are here. You're all awakening. I don't make anybody come here. I don't make my own family come here. I don't make anybody come here. I'm not on here beating you over the head for money every week. I ain't on here trying to tell you to wear some kind of t-shirt. I ain't got you throwing up no hand sign like we're some kind of club. I don't have you. This is not about me. This is about you. This is about all of us individually, right? You're all here because we are all here because we're in various stages of awakening. Awakening to what? To who you really are. When I talk to a lot of people, especially in business, the problem is your dream is not too big. Your conduits are too small. Focus, pay attention, stop moving. Your dreams are not too big. Your conduits are too small. The avenues by which you think they can happen are too small. You've limited your way to express yourself. You think, how did people get famous before social media? Were there no famous people before social media? Am I missing something? Were there no rich people before there were dollars? Weren't people trading goats and coins, nickels, land? Weren't they? People have been rich since people have been here. There's people who've always had some. There's people who've never had any. It's always been. That's not changed. Those conditions of mind, those conditions of awareness have always been. Money doesn't make you rich any more than goats made you rich. But that's what rich people express themselves with and through as ads. So if you are rich in your mind, you will find a way to express that. I don't care if it's a goat. I don't care if it's coins, dollars. I don't care if it's a Bitcoin. I don't care if it's land. You will find a way to express who you are, because that is what the world is, the expression of who you are. The world is the expression of all of us. Your world is the expression of you. You are always, does anybody look outside and like nothing's happening? There's always something happening generally. Whether it's right up your street or around the block, there's always, the only thing that ever happens is I am. That's it. That's it. Your dreams are not too big. Your conduits are too small. Man, I want to have a business. I want to have a nail salon. Cool. So you got this big old thing. I want to have a nail salon. You got a big idea, and I want to have 25 chairs in there and this or that and the other. And then guess what? Guess what? Then reality shows up, as you like to say. Your mind, the devil in your mind starts saying, well, how are you going to do that? You don't have any money. Well, if you do that, you know you're going to have to get part of your business away, right? Well, you know if you do that, you're going to have to get a loan to get the business, right? Well, you know, so you didn't slice the baby up 12 ways before it even birthed. You basically limited your expression and conditioned it on a whole bunch of things. You haven't even named the baby yet, and it's not yours anymore. You done gave it away to every person, place, situation, condition, and thing that you could remember and find. And you wonder why it's not in your control anymore. You wonder why it's out of your control. You've lost it. You've abandoned it. You have this big thing. You have a golf ball that you're trying to basically put through a straw. You have limited and conditioned your ways of expression, your avenues of expression. I got to be this. I got to do that. I have to do this. I have to do that. Instead of allowing the businessman, the business mind in you, your awareness of being flow. I am that thing. Every time I think about it, I define myself as that thing. I am that thing. That's the thing. Whatever I am, I'm putting on social media. Whatever I am, I'm telling myself, I'm telling other people I am. So why not choose who I am? But we don't think we have the ability to do that. We think it's under everyone else's purview and ability to tell us who we are. Hey, I want to have a business. What do you think? Well, there you go. Hey, I want to have a business. Do you think I can do it? Well, there you go. What businessman, what business mind are you going to go better to than that one that had somebody do what they did, and now all of them, one person did it and all of their family is off. All of them are millionaires, individually and collectively. All of them. And your coach that you're paying $10 million an hour would have never gave you that advice. Rightfully so, humanly, rightfully so. I get it. I wouldn't have either. But that's the point. You still would have been, Sarita, you still would have been what?
Wrong.
That's it. See, I bring her in when I'm ready. You would have been wrong. And that's all that matters. You don't have to be wrong about everything in the world. You just can't be wrong about you. You can't be wrong about you. You can be wrong. You can say 2 + 2 is 5. Eventually, you got to fix it. But if you say 2 + 2 is 5 as it relates to you, if you are 5, you are in trouble. If you are wrong, you are in trouble. There's a lot of things around you that can be wrong. It can't be you. And I wouldn't have given them that advice, but it worked. They never went to jail. Nobody said they robbed them. They're not broke. They're on Super Bowl commercials. I'm talking about even the ones who didn't participate. All of them are rich individually off of one thing, off of one person and one thing. And none of us would have given them that advice. Rightfully so again. But that's my point. Our humanity doesn't know everything. It doesn't know how to get you off like your awareness does. And your awareness you put to the side because your humanity is going to take care of it. Then you wonder why you worship people. You wonder why you have all these gods. You got the gods of social media. You got the gods of weather. You got the gods of health. You got the gods of friendship. You got the gods of business. You got the gods of the economy. You got the god of this. You got more gods than you can even handle. You don't realize it. But the net effect is you worship them. You believe that they have the key to your success. And if you don't be on here 2,000 million times an hour, if I don't hear about your business every 5 seconds, you don't want it. You don't need it. You ain't hungry. You ain't sweating. You ain't, okay, well, you go ahead and do that. Then how come it doesn't work for everybody? If somebody's a billionaire, what type of education do they have that a millionaire doesn't have? Is it that much different?
Education?
Yeah, say education.
It's not necessary.
Why not?
Well, what do you mean by education? Like degrees?
Yes. I'm saying education.
You don't need degrees to be a billionaire or a millionaire.
Then why do people go to Harvard?
I don't mean that's no.
It has a reputation. It has a certain reputation.
Of what?
Prestige, prominence, access. It's just a reputation. It doesn't define. There are plenty of people who went to that school that are not millionaires. You know what I mean? So it's just.
Do you know? Dude, there's a great. I got to see if I'm gonna find the video and put it into. I'm gonna find the video and put it. I'm gonna find it and try to have it put into. I can't do it right now, but maybe I'll put it in, and maybe if you guys go look back at the video or something, you can. I don't know. I'll try to figure it out. But why do people go to Harvard?
It gives them the belief.
Reputation.
Say it again.
It gives them the belief.
It gives them the belief. How did they get in?
They were accepted. They applied and they were accepted.
So then they already have
the belief.
The belief.
They already got it. Now, they don't have it from experience, like, I know that I'm going to form. They don't know that yet, but they do know that. They believe themselves to be that person. Now, only our beliefs make things true. To Veronica's point, you don't have to go to college to be that. Mark Zuckerberg didn't finish. There's a whole lot of people. Oprah didn't go. But that's the point. Then if people who—
That was my point.
If people do go to Harvard and they're a billionaire, cool. If people didn't go to Harvard and they're a billionaire, then cool. So then what makes a billionaire?
Belief.
And belief in themselves.
You're in a billionaire state.
Correct. There's a state in you called billionaire. And if that's something that you want to access, you identify yourself as it or with it, and now you have access to it, and you start acting from that. Just like there's a state called 13. So that means now everything you do is in recognition of I'm 13. They're all different. See, they're all just different states of awareness, even though you call it the same thing. So if a 2-year-old, so you have a 2-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 22-year-old. You have a 2-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 22-year-old. And they're all eating. Does that look the same? But they're all doing the same thing. So why doesn't it look the same?
They're in different stages.
Of what?
Life.
Awareness.
Awareness.
Mm-hmm.
They're in different states of awareness, being expressed physically, but they're all doing the same thing. So it's our awareness that separates us one person from another. It's not our education. And my point of saying Harvard and a billionaire, my point is you can't get, Harvard doesn't make you a billionaire. You just may be a millionaire. You may be a thousandaire. It's not that. You can't get enough education to be a billionaire from Harvard and somebody else get educated from Harvard and they're only a thousandaire. How? You went to the same school and you graduated. You both graduated. How? How can how much money this person makes compared to how much that person makes just by education? You can't. By labor, everybody has the same 24 hours. How come they're a billionaire and you're not? If they're working and you're working, you have the same amount of time. As far as in theory, what you do with it is different, but you have the same amount of time. My point is, how do you account for the vast differences between two people that have certain things in common? How do you do that? There's only one way to do that. You're talking about differences in awareness. That's the only differentiator. Now, when you're not thinking, and when you're just, or when you're blaming or deflecting or not really thinking, oh, they went to Harvard. Oh, well, they graduated. Oh, well, they went to college. Oh, well, they're black. Oh, well, they're a woman. Oh, well, they're a man. Oh, well, but there's everything that you would say, somebody's in that situation not doing the same thing. Well, so when you give your belief over to variables, there'll always be something for you to chase. When you give your belief over to TikTok and all this, thinking that's going to make you something, you'll always be chasing it. When you give your power away to other people, you'll always be chasing them. Always. You'll always be chasing them. Always. You'll never get away from it because they are your God. You don't mean them to be that. That's not what you are believing consciously. But the net effect of it is that's what it is. That is how that's how you're performing. That's how this is. That's what your relationship to this is. I got to get on here so people can make me famous. People can't make you anything or prevent you from being anything. People don't make you. They literally didn't make you. They don't make you. They only reflect you. The mirror doesn't make you ugly or handsome. It only reflects whatever you being when you step in front of it. Your body doesn't make you anything. You made your body. How does it make you anything? And you made it. That's like Sarita's son walking by like, yeah, mom, you know I put you on, right? Right. See that? See that? Right. That's what your awareness does. Like, oh, Veronica, you crazy there. They just leave you alone. They just like, all right, man, come back when you're ready. Just go and take a nap. I know you're tired. I know it's hot. I understand. All right. Yeah, right. You ain't even gonna be mad. You're just gonna be like, oh, okay, you tired. You must have worked a double shift or something. It's hot. Yeah, it's hot. Go and get some lemonade, baby. Just lay down. That's it. When you think other people are making you famous, your awareness is looking at you like, what?
I did all this work.
What are you
gonna give them the credit?
What did it say? I am God. My glory I will not give to another. Father, return to me the glory I had with you before the world was. There's only one aspect of yourself that's glorious. And that's your divinity. That's your awareness of being. And you're supposed to express that glory through your humanity. But instead, you didn't put your glory and your divinity to the side. You didn't put it in the closet, close the closet up, and now you're walking out here butt naked just as a human. Walking around wondering why you're getting your head smashed in. Wondering why you're struggling. Wondering why you're trying. Hey, God, I need $5. Hey, man, you know what? I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to get that to you. Can you imagine that? Anybody want to say anybody like that? God, I'm sick. You know what? I'm going to try to do something about that. This COVID thing, man, it caught me slipping. Did you see it? I didn't know. You got any medicine on? Wait a minute, I'm praying to you. Why are you asking me?
So Marcus put in the chat. Marcus put in the chat. Is it fair to say awareness is the mindset, and the mindset is the person we see externally that was created internally first?
Correct. Your mindset is the tools that are being used by your awareness. So if I'm a plumber, that's my mindset. That's my awareness. Now the tools I use are my mindset based on who I'm being as a plumber, how good I am, how patient I am, or how skilled I am. I use certain tools a certain way to express the awareness of my skill, of who I am. Right? You ever drive behind somebody and you're like, oh my God, what's wrong with this person? And then you look up at the car, you just weren't paying attention, you look up and you see the sticker that says student driver, please be patient. Then you're like, oh, okay, well now this driving makes sense. You're not even mad anymore. You're like, oh, okay, honey, just go on ahead. Just do the best you can. You like right on. Because you can remember when that was you. Right? But so that sticker made it make sense, made that action make sense. They don't drive a certain way. And you were aware of it even before you were aware of the sticker. You just saw something going off. So then that awareness that you can't see is why you have a hard time figuring out what you can see, because you're only judging what you can see. But then once you see something else, you see that sticker, what you can see makes sense. That's what I mean. When you eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, when you think you know everything and you think you know what's good and bad and right or wrong or why it happens, that's why you're misled all the time. That's why people can put on an outfit and some cologne and they be Ike Turner. That's how you look up and you be like, how'd that happen? Yeah, because your humanity is judging things that are not, it doesn't see, your brain doesn't see that. Your brain doesn't see that. Only your divinity, only your higher mind sees that. Only your Christ mind sees that. Your awareness of being. So if you have an awareness of being, I'm always safe. I always have perfect relationships, whether they be personal or platonic. I always have the best relationships. If you leave it up to your brain can get tricked constantly. That's why people play, 3-card monte. That's why they do the whole shuffle game. That's why there's magicians, because your brain is susceptible to all kind of stuff. Right? I say these things to you because you have to understand that you are fame itself. Meaning, I am this thing. I decided I want to express myself this way. So I'm going to use this thing called fame to express myself. I am. I want to be known by everybody. That's okay. I call that fame. I am famous. So now I am famous. I'm going on TikTok. I am famous. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you say. I didn't care what you thought or said before I got on here. That's why I got on here. I didn't sign no permission slip from people. I didn't sign no permission slip from others to get on here and to choose who I want to be. So I chose who I want to be, and I got on here as what I chose. And now I am using this thing called fame to express myself. So as long as I know myself to be that and I don't retreat from that, so when I go on here and post and nobody says anything for 2 days, guess what you do? Oh, well, maybe. Well, there's your death. You didn't kneel. You didn't bow your knee. It's already a wrap. But you'll use your world to justify it. Yeah, but I don't see anything. Yeah, but nobody liked it. Nobody gave me a thumbs up. I only have 1 subscriber in 2 days. So let me get this straight. You said you were famous, and the world that you create hasn't shown it back to you yet. So the world that you created tells you, let's say, that you're not. So you're going to listen to the thing that you created instead of you being the creator telling your world how it's going to be. So you're going to listen to it now. That's what you're saying? That's what you're saying. Yeah, but look at people. But look at others. Look what they said. I need to show them. What? You need to show them what? What? I need to show them who I am. Yeah, you do. So who is that? Yeah, you do. But who is that? Who chooses who you are? You know what the answer to that question is? Who chooses who you are? Who is that?
Yourself.
You guys are lucky this ain't church, because all of you be going to hell because you all lying. No, people are choosing who you are. All people are choosing who you are. Your money is choosing who you are. Your cough is choosing who you are. What he said to you is choosing who you are. What she said to you is choosing who you are. Your son didn't call you back right then, so they're choosing who you are. Your boss told you, I may lay you off, but I'm not sure. They're choosing who you are. The weather, it's snowing. I'm so cold. I get sick when the rain goes out. If the rain is choosing who you are, you done let everyone choose who you are. But I know it's Saturday, so everybody points to themselves. I'm God. I'm it. Oh, I'm her. I'm here. Oh, I'm you like Ray Lewis before the game. That's you got yourself all pumped up. And as soon as this laptop closes, as soon as this thing goes off, you right back to the regularly scheduled. Mouth dry again. You're looking at your account and now your heart rate went up again. Oh, just for these 2 hours, you're sedated. You feel good. It's like one of them cruises. You get away from all the cares of the world. You don't answer your phone. I don't have reception. I couldn't get. Oh, you feel good. You don't even feel good because of what you can do. You feel better because of what you can't do. I can't go to work. I'm in the middle of the ocean. I can't get on here 58,000 times. I can't. So sometimes you get more relief because you actually are free. You're free from the things you've enslaved yourself with. But TikTok's not supposed to be your slavery. It's supposed to be your conduit. It's supposed to be your mechanism that you're using to get off with. Because I'm the get off. I'm using this to transport my get off. I'm JK. The car don't make me that. I was that before I get in it, while I'm in it, and when I get out of it. The car don't make me what I am. I'm just using the car as I am. There is no action that's saving you. There's no action that's promoting you. There's no action that's preventing you. There's only the action is only celebrating your awareness. So if you're successful in your mind, all your action is going to support that. If you're not, there's no action. All your action is support that. I'm not. So you're going to constantly see things that show you you're not. That's all you're using your activity for, is to prove yourself right. Because you got to be able to see in physical form that what you can't see. You have to have a physical form. Can't see it. Right? How do you know somebody's a painter if they don't have a canvas? Right? So how do you know what someone's thinking until they express it? Right? So then all of your expression are what you're thinking, is who you're believing yourself to be. So how can your expression be wrong? How can your follower number be wrong? How can your bank account be wrong? How can it be wrong? Can you call your business? No, you're calling yourself. Can you call your bank account? No, you're calling yourself. You're only calling yourself in different forms. You're only seeing yourself in different forms. That's all you're doing. But the first thing we do is what? Like JK said, we deflect. What is deflection, people? What is deflection? Well, TikTok's not on anymore, so I don't know what I'm going to do. That's deflecting. That's deflecting. See, people use words every day that they don't know. Okay, you have a business. I don't even have any more room anymore, but I'm right over here. You have a business. You have a business. So you're by yourself. You have your business by yourself. You decide to add a secretary. Veronica, you can't answer. You have a business. You decide by yourself. You decide now you're making enough money. You decide now to hire a secretary. What is that called?
An employee?
Nope. What is that called?
Handle.
Who?
Deflecting?
Nope. You have a successful business. Your business is booming. It's succeeding. Now you're like, you started by yourself, answering the phone, mopping the floors, right? So now you made enough money. Now you're hiring a secretary. What is that called? Hiring a secretary is called what?
An extension of me.
Hiring a secretary is called what?
Expanding.
Okay. What's another word for that? People use the word in business.
Growth.
Scaling.
Sorry?
Scaling.
Scaling. That's what scaling is. That's what scaling is. You're adding things to your business, but it starts adding things with your business, but it starts with what?
Me.
With you. So you made the decision to add this person. So who's responsible for that?
I am.
Me.
So then every bit of addition onto your business is a reflection of
who I am.
And so then how it's performing is a reflection of
who I am.
There you go. Nobody can fail in your business. Not unless that's an aspect of you. Just like they didn't show up and get paid. They don't work on their own volition in your business. That's not the truth. See, outside this call, they'll tell you, oh, it's about them. You can't control them. You don't need to control them. You created them. Just like you hired them, but you hired them according to who? According to who?
Me.
According to what?
Who you are.
Who you are. You're according to who you are, hiring them according to who you're being. You're scaling your business according to who you're being. You're responsible for every scale. Every step up the ladder you're responsible for. It's your ladder. So you are hiring, you are scaling according to your own awareness, to your own concept. That's why you can't scale above yourself. You can't have a business bigger or better than you, because your business is only a reflection of you. It's only the thing that you are expressing yourself through and as. So when most people are talking about avatars and this and that, most people aren't really, they're talking about them literally as things that they think are going to make them successful. because they think they're going to work their way into success. They don't actually think they're successful. They think they're going to work their way into it. There's nothing wrong with using those things. The problem is you're not using them. You're being used by them. You don't have a relationship with them, really. You're worshiping them. It's a dictatorship. If you don't do this, you don't have nothing. If you don't get on this TikTok, you don't have nothing. So if you're too lazy to get on TikTok, you fail. What if TikTok cuts off? If you're too lazy to get on there, you fail. But what if TikTok cuts off? Then what? Then what?
Then you have no channel. If that's the state of mind you're in.
So then you
Find another avenue.
failed. I mean, why is it taking so long? Then you failed. Well, you failed. If you're too lazy to get on there, then you fail. But if they cut it off, then
you still fail.
Because that is your avenue of success. That's what you believe. You believe that this is what I have to do. So it's not about you, it's about TikTok. So if you don't get on there, you failed. If it cut it off, you failed. So it really doesn't have anything to do with you then, really. It's just accept the end, you failed. But if you failed in the end, what does that say?
Failed in the beginning.
Then you failed in the beginning. The end is only the end of what? What? The end is the end of what?
The beginning.
The beginning.
Of the beginning. So if the end failed, the beginning
was failing
already. Failing is not some cataclysmic event. It's not like some kind of rock that came out the sky and just showed up. It just finally showed up. It might take a day, a week, a month. Your concept of yourself is always going to show up. You can't outwork it. You can't run from it. You can't hide from it. It's not positive thinking. Have I ever got on here, in all the years I've been on here, say this is positive thinking? Have I ever got you should think positively? No. No. Positive thinking, if you're to use it, means thinking in your favor, thinking to your benefit. But we're not on here just like, oh, well, no. This is not Blue's Clues. This is not the little bumpies. I see Bobby. I see Janice. Remember that? Yeah, see, I forgot. Yeah, I know that. I was looking at they never saw me. I wanted to bust the TV. She never saw me one time. And I was on there every week looking. Sitting there, crisscross applesauce right in front of the TV like this. Never saw me. I know you saw me. You didn't even call me. I'm still upset about it. You see, I was upset. Okay.
I can't.
No. Okay, I'm back now. Okay. Right? But I want us to understand, just literally starting with just one. I didn't plan to talk about this at all today. Literally, social media. What is it? It is the self of you. It's yourself that you're using to express. It is the self. Social is yourself. The media is just, you're using that to express yourself. That's the conduit that you're going to express who you are as. I'm going to use this thing to express myself. Just like you use a car. I got to go to work. I'm aware of going to work. So I'm going to use my car to express what I'm aware of. And I pull up to the parking lot. Well, what if your car didn't start? Okay, I'm going to take another one. Or I'm going to get it fixed. I am going to do something. I'm not relying on my car to be who I am. It's just something I'm using to get to where I am, an expression. I'll take the train. I'll take a bike. I'll call somebody. Okay, maybe I don't go today and I take it to the shop and get it fixed. That's cool. But it doesn't stop you from being who you are before you were in it. So it's the same thing. Whether TikTok's on or TikTok's off, you are what? You are what?
Who you are.
Yes, but you got on there. Let's in this example, you got on there to express what?
Yourself.
As what? What have we been talking about?
I am.
Business.
Yes, but as famous. I am famous.
Oh, I'm famous. Okay.
Famous.
I am famous. I am famous before I get on here. I'm famous when I get on here. I'm famous if this thing is here or not. I am rich with a goat. I'm rich with Bitcoin. I'm rich with land, or I'm rich with dollars. I'm rich. whatever they call it, however it expresses itself. If I got to line up some goats in the garage and there's no more cars and now there's 58 goats in here, I got 58 goats in here. If I got to ride a camel somewhere now, I'm hopping on. That's what it is. I'm going to give me a cowboy hat and I'm hopping on the top. That's it. I'm doing what I'm doing. No, however it's done. I'm doing what I'm doing, however it's done. I am what I say I am. That's what I want you to understand. These things don't make you, but you're thinking they do. That's why they're making you miserable, making you stressed out, worried, anxious. They're making you worship the thing that you're supposed to be using to express yourself. Why are you worshiping something you created? Who created TikTok? A person that calls himself I am something. So who created TikTok? Who created that?
I don't know the name
I
of the
am.
person.
I am. What are you talking about?
I am.
I am. And who is that?
I am. It's God.
Right? And and who is that?
It's me.
Right. So if you created something, how can it make you famous? You were here before it. How is it going to make you anything? It can't help you. It didn't get here on its own. You made it. How can it help you? It's only your way to express yourself. That's why you made it. I'm looking for a way to express myself. So I'm going to make this thing. It's like you made a fork. I'm looking for an easier way to eat, an easier way to express. So I made a fork. Man, if I don't got a fork, I can't eat. Do you say that? That'll stop you from getting your old dirty hands in that food if you had to, won't you? You get hungry if you'll dig your old dirty, nasty hands in there, licking your fingers and everything. If it's between that and starvation, right? Okay, then, if a fork, so then you realize a fork is just convenience, but it ain't gonna stop me from doing what I do. Is that right? So then why does TikTok stop you from doing what you do? It's just a convenience. It ain't you. You are it. You are success. You are prosperity. You are abundance. You are health. You are wealth. All of those things are just ways to express who you're being. They don't make you who you are. That's why they're not good for most people, because they are being used by them. They don't know how to use them, so they're being used by them. You're being taken advantage of. You're being told to think that this is what's going to make you rich, make your business successful, when you are your business. You are your first business. The business, your own economy. I am. The business of being you. The business of being you. I am. Whatever you believe that to be, you now say, okay, because of who I believe that to be, I need a business to express myself through. So I'm going to do that. So whatever that business is, it's just your expression. So if it fails, if it's successful, they're both your fault. They're both expressions of you. Your business is the best. Your business is the best paternity test you ever gonna get. The best one. It is. No, bro, that's you. Hey man, I hate to tell you, you can be mad, you can want a divorce, but that's yours, bro. I mean, okay, you want to leave? All right, go ahead. But that's. I mean, come on. Come on, man. Like, okay, you can be mad. Okay, she made you mad. All right, but that, bro, we went to high school together. That's you. That's you. Yeah, you can. Okay, cool, but that's you. So you can talk about everything you want to. The economy. Your clients don't call you back. They don't pay you on time. Nobody listens to me. Oh, I can't sell summers. Yeah, I can't sell sweaters in the summer. You can sell sweaters in the summer. What do you think? God can't sell a sweater in the summer? You can sell a turtleneck in LA in July if you know who you are. They'll be lining up to buy them, boy, like it's 1985 if you know who you are. With God,
all things are possible.
All things are possible. To him who believes.
Believes, right. That's right.
Right?
Yes.
So God and him are
one.
God and man are
one.
One.
Your mind is
One.
So when you use your mind to tell I am, I'm trying.
It's the oxymoron.
It's an obstacle. You've now made this a hurdle. You now out there hurdling. So you might as well go on and get your steps right. Might as well go on and crank your hip up. Go on and get your little thing right. Because that's what you got. You have now entered the hurdles. And guess what? Do you know a person who runs the 400? If they get first place, what do they get? What do they get?
Can't come off mute. Is it gold medal?
A gold medal. The person who runs, okay. If a person who runs the 400-meter hurdle, so they run a lap and they put some hurdles on there. If they get first place, what do they get?
A gold medal.
So which one would you rather do?
The one with less, not without the hurdles. Neither one. Something a little simple.
Can
I walk and get my gold medal? I'll do that.
Right? You make it as easy as you can, right? Right? When we all first started, we were walking. Then we decided we're going to, in some kind of order, we decided we're going to ride some animals. Then we decided we're going to, get some skates, skateboard, a bike, a car, a boat, a ship, a plane, right? We start finding ways to make it
easier.
Easy. I'm sorry. Can't come off mute fast enough.
Lives life
easier.
Easier.
Easy. What does the book say? My yoke is
easy and my burden is light.
Burdens are light.
And all talking about you grinding.
I like it.
You sound like a fool. You sound like you've literally lost your mind. When there is awareness in you called Christ that says, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Let that mind that's in Christ.
I didn't hear what you said.
Let that mind that's in Christ
be also in you.
My yoke is easy. Well, I'm over here grinding. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm grinding. Well, my yoke is easy. Yeah, but I'm over here grinding. See, to the untrained ear, they'll be like, yeah, get it, girl. Yeah, bro, you out there doing it. Yeah, man, look, I ain't seen my wife in 3 days. I've been holed up in this room. I told her I ain't coming out. And you better not knock on the door. Because I'm out here, I'm just in a, okay. Well, I'm over here, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. I'm using my divine mind. So I just go ahead and just be like, oh yeah, I know how to do this and I know how to do that because I'm omniscient, right? When you know how to do something, what does it get?
Easier.
So if you're omniscient, if there's a part of your being, your true nature, if your true nature is omniscient, and you actually apply it, then your life should get
easier.
And your business should get
easier. Easier.
Money should. Oh wait, why did it get? Look how it starts. We excited. So then people got to start saying, "Damn, I actually have to say it now. I actually have to admit it. Yeah, you have to admit you told yourself some lies. You over here, you mad other people lying to you. We have no problem lying to yourself. You just trying to gaslight me. You gaslight you. Why not? You told me your name was Ronette. Why are you mad if I say Ronette? You just told me by the way you spoke that you stupid. If I call you stupid, why am I bad? If you have no problem being it, why do you have a problem being called it? Don't be it then, right? My yoke is easy, my burden is light. Right? Everything you set your hand to prospers. You have the victory.
Always.
Huh?
Always.
Are you the only one on here?
Always.
Victory
always. Victory only.
Victory always.
So then why are you complaining? Why are you crying? Why are you whining? But you just don't understand. But it's this. But they told me. But I looked at my account and I've been saying that I'm wealthy every day. But I looked at my account and it says it's you saying. But I'm saying, yeah. But then why are you telling me why are you saying to me what you're saying right now? If you're and wondering why your account keeps saying the same thing. But I'm just telling you right. Yeah. But I'm just telling you what you're telling me. You can't keep going back and forth and being both. You can't be aware of being two things. You either are it or you're not it. You either have it or you don't. And you can't tell me you have it and then talk to me like you don't. You can't say you are it and then talk to me like you're not.
They slipped into that state of lack.
And when you're in the state of anything, it's all you'll see. Everything in that state reflects everything that's in that state. So if you're in a state of lack in your mind, I don't have it, I can't afford it, I ain't got it, I don't know, then that's the state of consciousness that you are in. And that's all you will see. Every person, place, situation, circumstance, condition, and thing will reflect back to you the state you are living in. There ain't no way to outwork it. You only get to move. You either stay or you move. There ain't no outworking. There ain't no, or you can't out hustle your mind. Because guess what? Even your hustle goes to sleep at some times, right? Whether you lay down or you fall down. You go to, and guess what stays on? What happens? Your mind, your consciousness. That's why you dream or you nightmare. But your mind never goes off. You're who you are, right? I'm God. I don't sleep or slumber. God ain't out there laying down like you with your mouth open. Your awareness is working at all times. Whether you lay down or fall down. So you grinding ain't gonna change nothing. You working hard is not changing anything. It's all you're only expressing what you're aware of being. That's all you're doing. All right. People who read the book last week. All right. Go ahead, Veronica. Call somebody.
Sarita.
Yes, I read it.
Okay. Takeaways?
Takeaways was even the author had a moment where he talked about like the telephone situation where the calls were coming in and he had to remind himself even in those moments. So it's a consistent daily practice. It's not one and done. It's not we do it on Saturday and it's over. It's whatever situation comes up. You have to keep that same mind and don't change it. So I thought that was very interesting that he was initially getting frustrated, but then when he used his same thing that he teaches everyone else to do, he then the calls got less and less. So it's a daily practice. And sometimes things are gonna come up that you might get that switch to the old, but go back to that Saturday and have that Saturday on Tuesday, even in those moments. But you gotta really grasp at it. It's not one and done. That's what I got.
You know, they say, what do they say? Keep that same
energy. Yep.
Keep that same energy, right?
Yep.
That same energy. And like you talked about, even a teacher, I just because I call myself a teacher, I can call myself, but I don't care what I call myself. I don't call it's not the point. But the point is just because I'm up here talking more than you doesn't mean I'm exempt from anything. That's why I talk the way I talk, because I live this. This is not a 2-hour session, sermon, or seminar. I don't just put some outfit on and then go live some other way 22 other hours of today. I don't do that. I live the same way I'm talking to you on here. That's why I talk the way I talk, because I'm living it. If I got to do some things a certain way, I don't feel no sympathy or empathy for you having to do the same thing I had to do. Like you said, which is keep your mind back on track. Tell yourself it is what you say, not what you see, until you see what you said. Right? I got to do the same thing. So I don't have no sympathy, no sorrow for anybody. This is the way it is. For the Lord is no respecter of persons. I don't get nothing you don't get, or vice versa. Right? So you keep that same energy, and no one is exempt. The Lord is no respecter of persons. The laws of mine are no respecter of persons. Humanity is all kind of respecter of persons. So we start thinking the Lord is too. We start treating God like it's one of our friends or one of our co-workers. We start treating our awareness like, well, maybe if I kiss up to it, or maybe if I don't talk to it, I ain't talking to you right now, I'm gonna block you and all that. You can start treating your awareness of being like it's one of your little friends, or not. It's not, right? So absolutely keep that same energy, and the Lord is no respecter of persons, right? What it will do for you, it will do for someone else, and vice versa. What it'll do to you, it'll do to someone else, and vice versa, right? So make sure that you are right on your square in your mind. Absolutely. All right, Veronica, next person.
Larissa, you had your hand up. Did you mean to put it down?
I did. Could you come back to me? Because
Sure.
Someone just walked in the space that I'm at.
Sure.
All right, Monique, come on up.
Alrighty. So what I noticed in reading the different stories is that collectively everyone had an excuse or a story or circumstances as to why things were going the way they were going. And he told everybody to stop, just stop. And then my takeaway was that learning to master harmonious consciousness is no different than learning to playing the piano. Like, it takes practice, and just keep telling yourself those things the same way we keep telling ourselves, but this is not going to work. But what if this? But what if that? We keep telling ourselves that. So now that we are aware that there is a way of being, you keep telling yourself, or I keep telling myself, this is what it is. I am who I am. I sit on the throne of my reality. I am who I say I am. And just keep saying those things to myself until I start seeing those things.
Absolutely. There's a book that I'm going to that I already sent to Veronica. She's going to put it in the chat. I was going to go over it today, but I'm not. I'm going to have you guys read it, and I'll take your takeaways from it again next week. I'm going to let you guys read this one. But there's one part in there where it talks about humanity's greatest issue is the belief in duality. We believe that there's two different things instead of realizing it's just one thing expressing itself in two different ways. So, for example, here's what I mean by that. We believe that there's a God and a devil, but we don't realize that it's just two expressions of one thing. So if you put a banana out, you buy a banana. When you first buy it, that banana is, let's just say, whether it's 2 green, but it's in a state, it's eatable, some form of eatable, let's just say. But if you leave it too long on the counter, it becomes spoiled or rotten, right? But it's not two different bananas. It's just one banana expressing itself in two different ways, right? In the beginning, it was one thing. If you don't eat it in a certain amount of time, the banana spoils. But if you know how bananas work, you realize you have a certain amount of time to experience this banana a certain way. And if you pass that time, then you have to basically discard it. But that would not make you think the banana is evil. You would just realize, like, oh, I didn't eat it when I should have. I left out of town, or I forgot it at home, or I meant to get to them, but I just didn't eat them. It doesn't stop you from buying the next one. It doesn't make the spoiling of the banana doesn't make you call it the devil. You just realize that I missed the way how to use this properly. So you're not afraid of the banana. You're not afraid to buy another one, right? You just realize, but you don't think it's two different bananas. You realize it's just one banana expressing itself in two different ways. Your awareness that is expressing itself knowing who it is God. When you are expressing yourself not knowing who you are, that's basically personified as a devil. It's just the opposite of who you truly are. But it's only one thing expressing itself in two different ways. And you can express yourself any way you want, right? But when you know who you are, there's natural expressions of yourself. When you know how banana works, you eat it in its natural state. You're like, oh, it's about time. I better eat this before. You're aware of how the law works, so you understand how to have this experience. When you're unaware, if you give your banana to a 2-year-old, they may not be aware of that time. So then they let the thing spoil, but they didn't know. So then they may be like, well, I don't want to buy it because they spoil. You're like, they don't spoil. You just have to eat them at a certain time. When you don't know the law, you think it's punishing you. You think it's something else that it is. It's not. It just expresses itself differently when you don't know how to use it, when you're using it against yourself, whether it's in ignorance, generally in ignorance, right? That's the cause of all sin, of all error, is ignorance, right? Whether you don't know how something's going to work or whether you don't believe that it's going to work the way it does, right? Those are forms of ignorance, right? So there is no duality as far as that's concerned. It's not two bananas. It is one banana expressing itself in two different ways. But it's still only one banana. So there is no two bananas. There's no duality in that sense. Duality is one thing expressing itself in two different forms. It's not two things, right? All right. Next. That is in the book, so you guys will read it and we'll talk about it. Next.
Did anyone else want to share? I would say, oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, Veronica, go ahead, because I'm sure you're gonna talk about the book. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that what I got from what I read is I am the cause. Everything starts from me. That's it.
So when you know that's the truth, now what?
Now,
what does that do for you?
It almost centers me, or it just kind of gives me like this grounding of everything starts from me. So what does that really mean for whatever it is that I'm looking at? So it gives me the opportunity to stop and ask myself, what am I thinking, believing? What am I saying to myself that's causing XYZ?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Sarita said, it absolutely makes you feel more powerful.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Sparkle Buddy say total accountability. Absolutely.
What gives you, what actually is it that's making you feel powerful? What actually is it?
The fact that I am the cause,
Which means
that I have control of it,
by
what I'm believing,
which makes you
the creator,
by
what I say, what I'm believing,
which is a reflection of your or of a,
identity.
which makes you
Oh, choose? Yeah,
or
choose. There's a choice out there. Yeah.
knowing who you are means you have a choice. When you realize, wow, I actually have a say in my world.
Right.
I can choose. When you say,
Right.
I'm from the beginning, meaning there's nothing behind me. There's nothing, like I'm the beginning of everything. I am the gene. I am the gender. I am the genesis. I am the beginning. That means I now have a say. So what do I want to say? What do I want to do? That is a choice. And so whatever you choose is what you see. It's like I wiped off this board. It had all kind of stuff on there. I wiped it off. So now that's gone. So what's fresh I put is right here. There is no other. It's right here. Right? A choice to choose. You are the beginning. So you have a choice. You get to choose what comes on this board next. So now I get to wipe it off. Right? Wiping this board off is called repenting. Let's just say, meaning I'm changing my mind. I'm radically changing my mind. I don't want that on there anymore. Well, guess what? Look at it. It's gone. But guess what I have now? Another marker. I got another idea. I got something else I can write on this same thing. I can choose what I put on here next. I can choose. Whatever I wrote before does not stop me from having this marker. If you're alive, whatever you did before yesterday doesn't matter. Because you're alive today, you can choose something else. It doesn't matter, not like it didn't happen. It doesn't matter like it stops you from choosing something today. It doesn't, otherwise you would never have another choice. The only time you don't have a choice is when you are what?
Dead.
Dead. So then don't complain when you have a choice. But you're using your choice to complain. Don't complain when you have a choice, but you don't realize you're giving your choice away by complaining. Complaining still is a choice. I'm not saying we have moments where we're like, oh man, right? Or like, God, why does this, right? Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, like Sarita said, like just staying in your frame. Yeah, we have a moment where we're this or that, where we're upset, we're mad, we're angry, we're crying, we're mad, we have moments. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about just to keep that same energy. Right? I am this. Like Monique said, I am this, and that's just what it is. Yeah, you have moments where your old self is like, well, how's that gonna work? Now you know he didn't even call you yesterday. He told you he was. I told you you can't see him as new. It don't work like that. No, he said he's gonna call you. He didn't even call you. And no, he always calls. He always is what I say he is. This is my reality. I'm on the throne. I declare, I decree, I decide from this throne. I am the king. I am God, and there is no other. So if there is no other consciousness, that means there could be no other outcome. It is what I said it is. And if there is no other, there's nobody for me to cry to, whine to, get anybody's help or acceptance with. So it's literally what I said because I'm the only sayer around here. So I might as well talk that talk so I can see what I want to see. I might as well create what I want to see. In the beginning was God. And God created all the heavens and the earth. So everything that is created by who? What?
God.
I am.
So your misery is created by?
Lord have mercy. I am.
God, it got quiet. Your misery is created by
I am.
Myself.
Yeah.
Man.
Right? Your poverty.
Well, I'm not in poverty, so
Right.
That
I
part.
am.
that's not.
Bring up that not the book, but the other thing I sent you. Please show you guys something real quick. Yep, not that, the other one. Yes, perfect. We're gonna read it real quick so we understand. So we're not trying to break it all down, but the Lord said to his anointed, to Cyrus, whose right hand I have holden, right? Whose right hand I hold it. Whose right hand, right side. That is basically the divine side of your mind, the right side. That's why Jesus sits on the right side. That's right. That's why when you go up into the temple and go to the right, it's the right side. This is your emotion, this is your emotion side, like your not your emotion as in crying, but this is your awareness side, your awareness of being side. This is the left side of your brain is your logic side, right? That is where you're counting, reading, writing, all the other stuff. This is where 10% of your brain is. This is where 90% of your brain is. So tithing is giving over your logic. Why? This is what I want to be. This is your divine side. I want to be a millionaire. That's over on this side. Your logic side is the 10% that says I got doubt, I got debt, my job don't make that much money, I don't have that education. So in order for you to bring all the tithes, the tenth, all the tithes into the storehouse, that my storehouse may be full, and see if I won't open up the windows of heaven blessing and pour you out a blessing having room enough to receive. Because now this 90 is 100%. Now you're complete. Tithe is not talking about money. It's talking about giving over your logic side of your mind over to your right side, the right side of your mind, right? Which is your divine side of your mind. And that is where, or your higher mind. And that is where the 10% comes and makes 100. Then the windows of heaven, the heaven is in you, open up. So this millionaire status that's in you opens up and expresses itself out to the world. That's how that works. It's not talking about money. It's talking about giving up that logical part of your mind that tells you why you can't do it, why you don't have it, why it'll never work. All of your friends, all of your groups, all of your coaches who tell you, oh, it's about them, it's about others, it's about people, it's about you got to do this, you got to convince them, you got to do this, then you got to make it 97 cents, but then make it 99 cents, but then because that's psychological, you got to do all that other stuff. But one person made a video and they're rich and everyone in their family is rich. And so your awareness is a business mind. It knows how to do what it's doing, right? So it's saying the right side of the mind. It's talking about giving over to the right side of the mind. The right hand is always talking about the right for a reason. Okay, we pull it back. Show you guys something real. All right. So I've holden to subdue nations. So the Lord is subduing the nations. Your awareness is the one that's doing all the work. Right? But what does it say? The Lord, thus saith the Lord to his anointed. Anointed is someone that God has an agreement with. It's your awareness has to have an agreement with your human mind. That's what makes you anointed. Is your I amness and your humanity as one. So now your I amness holds your humanity's hand, holds your right hand. Right? It's holding it now from divinity. And your divinity is the one that subdues nations. What does it say? The battle's not yours, it's what? It's whose?
Lord.
The Lord. So why is it saying the Lord? The Lord is anointed is doing what? Subduing nations before him. It's subduing nations before your humanity because of the agreement that you have. And I will loose the loin of kings to open before you the two leaves gates, and the gates shall not be shut. This is the Lord. This is the law. This is your divine mind talking to you, your true nature talking to your humanity. I will go before you and make the crooked places straight. I will break in pieces the gates of brass and cut in sunder the bars of iron. This is your awareness that's doing this for you. You're not doing anything. That's what I've been saying for 2 hours. Your humanity's not. Your awareness is doing it because you're anointed, because it's holding your right hand. And I will give you the treasures of darkness and the hidden riches of secret places, that you may know your awareness of being I, the Lord, which call you Sarita, you Leanne, you Amanda, you Larissa, you Veronica, you Marcus, you Dennis, you Mona, all of us on here. I, the Lord, which call you by name, am the God of Israel, meaning the God of the human that knows who it is, of humanity that knows who it is. For Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, mine elect. I have even called them by name. I have surnamed you, though you have not known me. I am doing this even though you don't know me. You think it's TikTok doing it. You think it's your boss doing it. You think your boss makes you rich or your boss stops you from being promoted. No, I am the Lord. I am. And there is no one else. I am is the Lord. Your awareness is the Lord, and there is no one else. There is no God beside me. There is no authority beside your awareness. I gird you. I strengthen you, though you have not known me, that you may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. I am the Lord. I am is the Lord, and there is none else. Your awareness is the law. It's the Lord. It is the governing supreme authority of your life. I form the light and create the darkness. I make peace and create evil. I am. I, the Lord, do all these things. Your awareness forms the light, the truth, and creates the darkness, your ignorance. I make peace, salvation, solution, the answer, and I create evil, debt, doubt, fear, stress. I, the Lord, your awareness of being is doing all these things. It's holding your hand. It's anointed. It is anointed with you according to who you say you are. Let's go on and make this work. I am creating the light and the darkness. I am is doing either one. I am is making you rich or poor. Your awareness is making you rich or poor. It's doing either one. You're using the same mechanism or the same power, the same authority. You just got to choose on what behalf do you want it to operate. You don't get to change the law. You get to choose how you operate it, meaning in which direction it's applied. You don't get to change it. This is you doing all the work. So this is showing you there is no duality as people call it. It's duality in the sense of it's only one banana, ripe or unripe, light or dark. There's no two bananas. There are no two gods. There's no God and a devil. The devil is just the hell you put yourself in by the thinking that you are applying. All the gods, all the devils, all the heavens and the hells are within you. I don't remember who said that, but it's in a book. They're all in you. They're just expressions of yourself. And maturity, as I define it, is the increased awareness of knowing who you really are. The increased awareness of your divinity. That is maturity. That's my definition of it. When you know who you are, you mature. You're like, oh, I don't do that anymore. Oh, I don't like that anymore. Oh, man, oh, I like that now. Yeah, that's me now. Your maturity is just your self-awareness increasing, the awareness of who you are. And the more, and so now you're moving states. That's what that's the Bible is. It's a bunch of people that end up as Jesus, as humanity knowing itself to be the Son of God.
I'm so sorry. Can I interrupt you to give the definition for maturity again?
Maturity is the increasing awareness of who you are, of who you really are, of your divine nature. That is my maturity.
Thank you.
The more you know who you are, there's just things you'll do, and there's just things you'll stop doing. There's things you like, and those things you stop liking. They may reverse. They may be like, I didn't like this thing, now I love it. Or I used to love this thing, now I don't. There's things that you would have never thought of, and now you do. Things you would have never done, and now you do. Things you used to do, and now you don't. But they are your behavior changes based on your identity. That's why most people can't change their identity. Like I think this is Larissa, right?
Correct. You got it.
Yeah.
Okay, right? Because that is why people, according like what you were saying last week, the reason why people have a hard time changing their behavior is because they keep the same identity, not realizing that their behavior is nothing but the expression of your identity. You can't change your behavior. You can only change your identity. So we try to change our behavior while keeping the same identity. That's why our behavior is always a struggle. That's why we're always relapsing. That's why there's so much recidivism, right? To go out of something and go back into it. That's where there's a relapse, where something happened, we're free from something, and we go back to it. Because we're trying to change the behavior while we keep the identity. And the identity is the thing that's promoting the behavior. Because the behavior is nothing but the expression of the identity. That's it. So until we change the identity, we're always going to try to manipulate the behaviors. But that's why they can never stay. That's why until we change who we're being, we'll never be able to change how we express who we're being. Our expression is just who we're being. That's why I say you can't throw a party to make somebody 13. You're only throwing them as a result of the awareness. You're celebrating the awareness of being 13. You don't throw the party to make them anything. Your activity, your actions don't make you anything. They're just an expression of who you are. And if you want to change your actions, you have to change your identity, who you believe you are, your concept. So maturity is the increasing awareness of your true nature, who you really are. Right? So just going to show you there is no duality, as people call it. There is no two gods. There is no God and a devil. There is no two bananas. There's one banana that's ripe, and if you wait too long, it becomes unripe. That's not a punishment. But once you understand the law, you'll be like, oh, let me eat it in its right time. Let me use my mind in the right way. But if I don't use it in the right way, it's going to spoil. It's going to create darkness. It's going to create doubt. It's going to create all these things that I don't like because I'm misusing it because I don't understand the law. I don't understand how to operate it. Right? Okay. Any more on the book?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay. All right. So the Veronica, I'm sure by now has put the link. If not, she'll do it now. She put the link in the book of the next book I want you guys to read. It's about the same amount of pages, about 70. Read it. This is not a book club. You're not here just to put another book in your stash. Like, oh, I read this and it's so cute and it's so good. No, read it. Put it on your chest. Learn to absorb it, right? So that you can really understand the truth that sets you free and keeps you free, right? And you take from it, you let it hit where it hits you. All of us are in different stages of our awakening, but you let it hit you where it hits you. You'll see. It's almost like getting out of the shower. You think you dried yourself off and the window's open. You'll know where you still wet. You'll feel it, right? So you let it hit you where it hits you. But that is for your own personal awareness and your own personal awakening, right? Strengthening your concept of yourself and remembering who you are. You are already everything you'll ever be, but you're only experiencing in your physical world what you're aware of. You're already everything, but you're only experiencing what you're aware of. And if you want to have a new experience, change your awareness, change what you're aware of being. And that will change your expression. That will change your physical world, what you're coming in contact with, right? What you're doing and what's done to you. Because nothing you're doing or nothing that's being done to you is by accident. It's only a reflection of your awareness. Yes, Veronica, did you want to call?
Larissa?
Now, I wanted to add just the very thing that he said, that my takeaway from the book, with everything that everyone else have spoken on, it's the awareness for me that really and truly you are the creator or the master of your own destiny. And one of the things that I really am harping on is not only the reality of having to now basically rewire your thought processes and how you've always operated, and again, creating that identity and creating that person that you really desire to be. But another thing that really stood out for me, I find that the concepts and the thoughts and everything expressed in the book is really pushing me to go and sit and align with scripture, some of the points that were made. So I love that. And it's amazing that you're dropping in the chat another book, because as I got to the end of it and I saw other books from the author, I was wondering how and where we could get access to some of this, because I'm very curious as to his thoughts on some of the titles that were listed at the end.
And that's wonderful. And the next book is from him, and this one talks about fear, where it comes from, what it is, why it is, and what it does to us, where it came, all these different things. So you're really going to enjoy this one too. And then the next week I have one more coming from him, which kind of summarizes it all, so to speak, just meaning not that it talks about the previous two, but it kind of completes the cycle or the circle of everything. So that when you have all three, you're like, oh, I have something from my everyday experiences. I understand how this is. Or now I understand the concept of, like, there is only one awareness doing something, and it's expressing light or dark, evil or good, based on how I'm using it, right? Okay, I understand that. And this third book is more about just how you now express yourself in the world and the awareness of how you do that, right? So this week, the book you guys all read will be about, the concept, the concept of conquering our fear, not fear only, but just the concept of fear, of misunderstanding, because fear is only present when knowledge is absent.
I can't wait to read that. But I have one quick question, and this is just to satisfy my curiosity. These books are dated from eons ago. How did you stumble across this, and what piqued your curiosity to read these?
Because the same thing I'm ranting and raving to you about, I wanted for myself. I wanted to live.
Yeah.
I wanted to know whether I needed to be black or if I need to be white, if I need to be a man or a woman. I don't care what the answer is. I just wanted to know what it was because I knew trying hard couldn't. I was like, I tried hard, so why am I not as rich as I? Why am I not as healthy as I? Or why did this happen to me? Or why isn't this happening for me? Know what life was about and how do I win, right? And so that is basically what piqued my interest in reading. All the stuff that I read, all the stuff that I talk to everyone about, I'm as passionate to share it as I was and still am to learn it because I want the same outcome that you want, that we all want, to win, right? And I just try to figure out what that is. And so a lot of things that I believed, after reading these certain books and all the stuff that I read all the time, I realized that a lot of the information I had has not helped me make sense of the world that I'm in. It's like, you tell me this, but I don't see. Well, it doesn't. So then people tell you, well, just take it by faith, or just hope, or just wish. And so it's almost like we're living life navigating a whole bunch of potholes. There's a whole bunch of holes in our gaps of knowledge or understanding that we're trying to live life around and under. And it just becomes exhausting. So it's like, where can I find? So I just, like you said, it's like you read an author and you see other things and you try to click on that, but you have to pay, or you try to click on that and the link is broken, or right. So it's like you kind of zig and zag like hopscotch, and you go from author to author, book to book, revelation to revelation, understanding to understanding. And so, and as you just become more aware, your ear starts to tune to the truth. It may come through a man, a woman, a boy, a girl, 5-year-old, a 55-year-old, black, white, different religions or this or that, but you start to tune your ear to the truth. All the truth starts to sound the same, even though it may come through completely different avenues and completely different parts of the world, and it may look completely different, but you start to hear it. It starts to sound the same. So anyway, not to go too long, but yeah, that's what it was. I wanted the same thing everybody else on here wants, is I want something. We all want something, and we're all trying to figure out how to get it, how to be it, how to do it. And I got tired of placing my faith in everyone beside me. I didn't know I could do that. But I understand what me is. Me is not my ego mind. Me is not Lucky, the physical being. Me is my I amness, my awareness of being. And from there, I create. From there, I choose. From there, I believe. And so seeing books like this, like, oh my God, okay, well, this makes sense. Oh, well, now I understand. So now I can look at the world differently because I have different information. So that's what piqued my curiosity. That's how I find these things. And yeah.
Well, thank you. And I will just end with that. Thank you so very much for even sharing that with us, because a lot of other folks would have found the book, stumbled across the articles and the publications, and probably kept them to themselves. So, because I know I would have never found those. So, thank you so very much. And as I said, most importantly, it's just reading these things, as you mentioned earlier, about there is no duality. Some of these things are so heavy that I know it's going to take me just sitting with them for a while and processing through, but also pushing me to go find that truth in scripture and back it up and all of this. So I love that. So thank you very much.
Yeah. And last thing I'll say to you is, it's always important for me to show you guys where I say where I'm getting things from. Right. In 2 hours, I'm pulling from 1,000 different things, right, that I read, that I've read. I mean, this probably looks crazy. I'm gonna do it anyway, right? Like, I don't know if you guys can see, like, these are all the books that I have just right here, just like right here within, like, I don't know if you guys can see, like, all the different, but these are.
Oh, we're seeing.
Right. So these are things that I don't know. This probably look crazy now. I don't even know. It doesn't matter. But look at me. Whatever. Right. But these are all the things that I. That I'm always reading something all the time is my point, right? So I know this is crooked, but it just is what it is, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's all right. It is what it is. But I do that because I want you guys to know, like, when I tell you something, I'm not just making it up. I want you guys to know that I'm not on here acting like I know everything or acting like, it's not, it doesn't matter. It's just going to be what it is right now, right? So, it is what it is. But I wanted you guys to see, it's important that you know that I'm pulling from 1,000 different things that I read, because I'm constantly reading, constantly listening to things. But that's not because I'm trying to know everything. I'm just curious. I like to know. I'm passionate about learning. It's not for It's not for any other reason. But my point is that I want you to know so that you can see it for yourself. So you don't think I'm just up here, telling you something and you don't know where it is and you have to guess. No, it's from this book, this page. You read it for yourself because I want you to not rent the information. I want you to be owners of it. I want you to have access to it so you can read it, reread it, hear it, listen to it, re-listen to it over and over and make it your own. That is why that's why I furnish the books. Especially I try to, so you don't have to pay for everything all the time, right? If I can find some free PDFs, I'm looking for them. So I like sharing them with you.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I am. All right. All right. Anything else? Anybody? I'll just take
real quick. I just want to share that for so very long, I've searched for a place where I could get some understanding, and joining a group. I used to call myself a group hopper, joining this group and joining that group and paying this coach and paying that coach. And all for them to give us little droppings and, be like, I can tell you the whole story, but you got to give me $10,000, So I just want to thank you for the same as Larissa shared. Just thank you for being who you are and sharing the information that you share. For I now understand who I am, and I'm in a position to just continue to gain more knowledge. And when you say put the book on your chest, I imagine becoming one with the words, like a baby when a parent does skin to skin. That's what I visualize. So just thank you for sharing.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
I also wanted to say, I love it that you said you were always looking for the answers, because why do some people get rich and others don't, but yet we're all hustling? That's been a question that I have asked myself for as long as I could remember. And it's always bubbled up in me, like, why? There's got to be a reason, right? And that's been my mission, to discover why some people have it easy and others don't. And it fascinates me that you said that, because that was like, oh my God, that's been my lifelong question that I've been looking for the answers for too. And I find the answers with the most clarity here. I've taken all these information and hopped from group to group too, looking for, I get the answers that I need, and then I start hearing the same thing over and over there, and it just doesn't sit. It just doesn't make me grow. I just start to feel stagnant, so I jump to something else. And I've done that with businesses too. It's like, oh, I achieved that. Let's move on. And but I really like that you said that. That spoke to me.
I just I'm up here talking the most, but we're all the same. We're all here in physical form, trying to figure it out, so to speak, right? We're waking up from this in this dream of life. And so we're trying to figure out, okay, well, what are the rules? Is there a game? Are there rules? How much time is left? How much have I spent? Right? I'm on the clock. Like what can I do? Am I winning? Am I losing? How do you win? How do you lose? Right? Like to your point, we're all trying to figure this out. And a lot of information we've gotten from people, they meant well and sounds good, but it just doesn't settle. It doesn't sit. So, yeah, but this still doesn't answer that. And, and I just want to know. And so as much as I'm on I'm always, expanding. We're all expanding, right? Our growth. That's why we're all here. We're all waking up, right? And we're all in different phases of that, but we're all waking up to remember who we really are, that we are everything. We are all that is. We are all that is, everything that is. We are everything we already want to be, that we already want to be right now. It's just until we choose to call ourselves that, we can't express that, right? It's like being at a buffet. Everything is available to you right now, but you're only going to have on your plate what you pick, right? So it's not a lack of it being there. It's just whatever reason we give ourselves not to pick that. I want to be a millionaire, but I can't pick that because I have allergies, right? I can't pick that because, it's like I don't pick that food. It's available, but I have allergies. I want to be a millionaire, but I don't pick that because I don't have a degree, or because I don't know anybody famous, or I'm in a small town, or I'm a woman, or I'm Black, or whatever our own personal allergy is. Whatever thing that we think prevents us from picking that thing, it's still only us. It's only us that doesn't pick it. It's only us that's allergic. We're the only ones suffering, right? And after a while, it's like, well, there's got to be some kind of thing that allows me to have this experience, because otherwise I wouldn't have the desire, right? So all the things that are within us are desires because they are our personal desires because they are things that we personally are already experiencing consciously, but not physically, but we can't experience them physically until we agree with them consciously. Until what it say, I'm holding Cyrus's right hand, I'm holding Cyrus's hand with my right hand, anointed. We're together now. The idea and our acceptance of it, I am my idea. I am my desired end. When we are willing to do that, that's when we're now anointed and our awareness, our divine self, our true mind holds our right hand and does all the work. It does all the work for us. Cuts down the bars, cuts through the gates, cuts through the red tape, cuts through the politics, cuts through the sexism, the racism, the economy, the recession, the weather, COVID. Your awareness, the Lord fights your battles. Your awareness of being fights on your behalf to prove to you in physical expression that what you think is true. Right. And so as we become more self-aware, maturity, as we mature, as we become more self-aware, knowing who we are, then we're like, all I got to do is choose. I want this. And your awareness is, okay, we are that. We are one. And so take me by the right hand, and your awareness is the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. Your awareness does all the work. The Lord fights all your battles. But we put the Lord to the side. We put the law, our awareness to the side, and we go out there. Like I said, then we end up like Rambo, getting shot, stabbed, right? Getting rained on. Everybody, you're supposed to be the good guy, and you're getting hunted like the bad guy, right? You're loving and kind, but you're sick, you're broke, your head hurts, your business. It's like, well, what's the point of being a good person without getting to be a good life? Right? It's like, no, man. Like I tell people all the time, I'm not in this to be a good person. I'm not trying to get no Nobel Peace Prize. I'm not here trying to be no. I wanna live well, right? And that's what we're here in this class to do, right? Is to learn how to think so that we can live well. That's why I always say, I don't care what you guys want, I just want you to have it. Because I know how bad I wanted what I wanted. And when I want something else, how much it means to me. So I'm always so grateful when you guys send me testimonials, so to speak, when you guys text me or send messages or something. And Veronica's like, oh, somebody said so-and-so, and they said they did this now, and they have this now. That's so exciting and thrilling to me because that's the way it's supposed to be. That's the truth, right? So I'm so glad that people like you, like yourself, and like all of us on here are really on here in it to win it, right? Realizing who we really are. And the more we realize, the more we mature, the more we realize who we really are, the more you'll see in physical form that which you are willing to agree with here, right? So it's wonderful, wonderful.
Before I hop off, I'm going to say, Coach, I'm not sure how I can say thank you besides to just continue to keep getting it right. Just keep going. I feel like I'm the most grateful for these calls than anybody else. And then I'm not proud of myself when I fall off and I forget, okay, you know how the rules work. I always tell myself when I'm out and I'm shopping, I only park in the front. Parking spaces are always available to me in the front. And I always park in the front. Like right now, I'm sitting in the parking lot. I'm sitting in the front of the parking lot. I always park in the front. I know my gifts, I know my abilities. And then there are moments where I've noticed over the last couple of weeks, I've started realizing I'm in cahoots and I'm in spaces that speak the opposite of this message more than I'm in spaces like this. I'm thinking, okay, so then you need to make this space more of a constant for you. The spaces that you're in, the other communities that you're a part of, you're a part of those communities all throughout the week. They consume your week. And they're great communities, but at the same time, the conflicting messages, it's not working. But these messages work consistently, without fail. These messages force me to grow. I am always appreciative, always bragging, always telling people, Coach Lucky, you need to meet Coach Lucky. You need to understand, from another thing, Coach, I have been labeled, and I want to know if this is a me thing, like, am I doing this to myself? But I have been labeled problematic. I have been labeled confused, and just all these negative labels, if you will, because I don't view the Bible the way I was raised to view the Bible. I understand the Bible as more of a, like you said, a conduit to accountability for myself. So when I go to my Christian friends and I explain the Bible to them in that way, I'm, oh, you just don't get it, or you just need help, or he's misguiding you, or whatever the case. And I just know that I'm in a space like, man, do I need new friends? Like, do I need to just let people go? Like, do I need to just start over again? Like, because when it's just me and I understand what's going on, the people of this community, things like that, everything just flows. But then when I step outside, as soon as I step outside of this community, I don't know. I got to watch what I say, because I'm creating my reality by whatever comes next. So I got to watch what I say. I just, I don't know, coach. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
oops, I'm doing all kind of things. There's only now. So everything that you are experiencing is based on what you're telling yourself now. Like I said up there, social media, the first thing people think is others. I'm going to put myself on here for others to see this, say this, think this about me, believe this, whether I have a good business, this is what I do, this, I can help you do this. Everybody is so concerned about others, they're not as acutely aware of themselves. And they're not as aware of who they're being when they're putting themselves through this conduit. Who are you being? So it's almost like somebody being more concerned about the type of car they have than their actual ability to drive. Right? People are like, well, I got to have a Rolls Royce. Yeah, but you can't drive. You got in 3 accidents in the last month, right? Like, you having a new car is not going to help you learn how to drive, right? So it is about who you're being. So if you have to choose and decide for yourself who you're being. And who you're being is not only who you're being, but it's also how you're perceived. So you tell yourself, like, I'm always understood. I always have people around me who understand me. I always have people who love me and respect me. That is, the Lord does the rest. You do the first part, right? So when you know that's not your job, that's not your battle to fight, the only thing you're responsible for is choosing who you are, right? So it's like, yeah, I go to let's just say, for example, I go to my boss. I'm a teacher. I go to the principal and say, hey, I want a raise. Well, I wanted a raise before I went to the principal. So am I going to the principal to get a raise, or am I going to the principal to pray for a raise? Pray for one. I'm only talking to you. I'm not praying to you. So I'm saying, hey, I want a raise. They're like, nah, get out of my office. Okay, cool. I walked in there wanting a raise. I walked out of there still wanting a raise. So I still want what I want. So it's not about other people now, but a lot of times my vision or my desire dies because of other people. I leave it with other people. Oh, well, they said no. Well, who are they? They're just somebody I'm talking to. I'm not praying to them. So I go inward. I look inward for salvation, right? For the law of salvation. I say, what do I want? I want a raise. Okay, I'm now the person who makes $55,000 a year. Maybe I was making 45 and I said, I want a raise. I want $10,000. Okay, I'm now making $55,000. And now I went to the principal and told him what I wanted. They said no. Okay, cool. Well, that's a good thing. I was just talking to you. I wasn't praying to you. So it ain't over. I'll just go to myself and get it now. I now make $55,000 a year. I don't need to be mad at them because they're not my salvation. I'm only mad at them if I feel like I went to them and now they didn't give it to me, so I'm stuck. So understanding the difference between, we don't have to agree with everybody, get along with everybody. We're not here to be Mary Poppins. We're not here. That's not the point. But the point is, when we truly know who we are, then we're not giving our power away to anyone else. So we're not disturbed by what other people think or say. We just use it really as inspiration to remember, remind, and choose consciously who we are. Oh, okay, my employees are not working as hard as I want or as well as I want. Okay, I'm going to change I now am the employer whose employees work hard, whose employees always give more than what they're given, who always go the extra mile, who bend over backwards to make sure my business is functioning. Heck, they love it even more than I do. My employees respect themselves, each other and me. And I always have. All of the physical world is nothing but inspiration to choose who you're being in this now moment. It's never to give our power away to the effect. Those are only effects. Those are outward things. All things are created by us, by ourselves. And so when we're seeing something we don't like, it allows us to choose who we do like. And who we do like is ourselves, right? Oh, I'm now the person who has this relationship. I'm now the person who has these type of friends. I'm now the person I was literally saying to myself this morning, I'm up early in the morning. So talking to me at 3 or 4 in the morning is better than talking to me at 7 or 8 at night. I'm up. Anybody knows me knows I'm up. I'm working out. I'm doing whatever, right? So I said to myself one day, you know what? I always have people I can call 24/7, 365. I always have friends I can call 24/7, 365. I realize sometimes I'm up early in the morning and I just want to talk. But sometimes I may want to talk to a particular person, or sometimes I just want to talk. And I know a lot of people generally aren't up at that time or whatever on the West Coast for sure. So I'm like, you know what? But I still have that desire. So I started telling myself I now have friends 24 that I can call 24/7, 365. I don't know who that's going to physically show up to be. I don't care. But they're friends, meaning I still enjoy talking to whomever shows up that day. But I started telling myself that this is the experience because I had the desire in that moment. And instead of lamenting the fact that I don't have it right now, I now use that as inspiration to choose my new now. My new now is I now have friends I can call 24/7, 365. And I tell myself that. And that's just the way it is now. I just won't say anything else. That's just the way it is for me. And like Sarita said, we keeping that same energy. It's what it is. Every time that thought comes up, oh yeah, I have people I can call 24/7, 365. I keep that same energy because what do we all say? What did Veronica say? You realize, you know what? It starts with me. It starts with me. And if it starts with me, that means anything I don't like in my world, I can change because it starts with me. So that's what I would say is that your biggest superpower is the ability to choose because all things exist now. There's only now. Whether you do it tomorrow, when you get to tomorrow, it'll be now. There's only now. So everything is available to you right now. The friends you want, the relationships you want, the type of experiences you want, how you want to act, how you want to be treated, all those things start with you and the now moment of choice. I am this, right? And that's how you do anything and everything.
I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna be done. But it's funny because everything you're saying, Coach, I'm so aware of. I have the life that I want. I have it, and I'm over here like, girl, but why are you tripping over this and that? Like you get what you want. What are you doing? So just
Experience. That's just part of the way our human brain processes things. It only believes what's happening in the physical. So if it sees somebody who, that's why we assume so many things. You see somebody and they're like, and they look at you and they look like, ugh. And you're thinking, oh God, they don't like me. Your brain says they don't like me, but you don't know like they have a stomach ache, or they don't know, you don't know like or they didn't see you because they didn't have their glasses in. Our brain assumes so quickly, like Veronica likes to say, we tell ourselves stories so quickly that we don't catch ourselves. We say it so quickly and we do it so often that we don't never even stop to audit it. We never stop to actually say, is that even true? Based on what? Do I have proof that's true? Right? A lot of times we just jump to conclude that's how our human brain works. But that's why it's so important to remember who we are, because we say, does God think like that? Does our highest, meaning our highest concept of self, does our true nature think like that? Why does God assume somebody doesn't like it? I mean, I say all the time, like God made everything, and everything God made, God loves, and everything God made, God loves, and everything that God loves God. Right? So you made everything, and everything you make, you love, and everything that you made, you love, and everything that you made loves you. You start telling yourself that all the world means you well and treats you kindly. It's not about them. It's about choosing a version of you that you want to be that has this experience. Right? That's the way it is for anything and for all of us. Right? That is what makes us. That's what helps us in our world. Is not giving our power away to other things. Right? So yes, wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, Sparkle Bailey, there's a pattern of the stuff you say. So I want you to sit with yourself and identify this pattern. I'm not going to tell you what I see. I want you to recognize your pattern. From when you raise your hands and you ask questions, I want you to like sit with it. And once you see that, it'll change everything. Because no matter how many times we could tell you, Coach Lucky can tell you, anyone can tell you, if you don't recognize this for yourself, it won't change. It won't change. So it's 9:30. That means it's 12:30, and then Coach Lucky has a calendar to keep up. So I gotta cut this short, y'all. I gotta cut this short because it's long. But I just want to say thank you to everyone. It's been such a good call, and it wasn't even what we planned to talk about or what he planned to talk about. Not we. I'm not the one who does that. What he planned to talk about today. So I will be sending an email later on today at some point, sharing the book just in case for those who didn't get the book. And also, y'all, Saturday's just the surface. Saturday is just the surface. Like we go deeper into these conversations in the youth circle. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to drop the link. But yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet to get the notifications for the Saturday calls, I will drop that link as well. And yeah, thank you, everyone. We are super grateful for you all. We really enjoy Saturdays. And yeah.
Happy Saturday, everyone. Thank you all for coming. Hey, let's make Tuesday Saturday. You know, that's it. That's right. Get the Birdman hands out. Let's make Tuesday Saturday, Saturday Tuesday. Every day is victory only, victory always. Change your mind, change your life. Choose your mind, choose your life. Remember who you are, right? That book will be out. Make sure you read it. We'll discuss it. And then we'll send the next one out, the last one out next week. But make sure you read it, put it on your chest, meaning absorb it, spend some time with it, reflect in it. You'll see how the words not only come off the page, they come alive. It won't be just what you read, but what it means, right? They'll jump off the page too. So, and then you'll be able to apply. Right? So happy Saturday. Have a great week.